with CNN political commentators Paul Begala and Amanda Carpenter. Amanda, Ben Carson's campaign manager just told the Associated Press that, quote, Republican primary voters are with us at least 80 to 20. Do you think that's true? And what do you make of this flap?
Well, listen, I just think this whole flap is incredibly unfortunate, but Donald Trump brought it on himself and the entire Republican Party. He was a high-profile birther for many years, and he didn't push back on the question. That said, I do like Ted Cruz's response, saying, you know, we don't have religious tests in America, and if you want to talk about the issues, I'm happy to talk about the issues, whether that's how President Obama isn't tough enough on radical Islam or anything else. They need to steer the conversation to substance and put an end to this birtherism.
Yeah, Paul, what should Trump have said in your view?
Well, he should have said what John McCain said in 2008. So Senator McCain was at a town hall. I think it was a woman, stood up and said, Obama is a Muslim, he's not even American, and he stopped her. He said, no, ma'am. First, there's nothing wrong with being a Muslim. Second, he is a Christian, he's a good man, we just disagree. And John McCain's a man who, his premise is always honor. I don't agree with him on politics, but he behaved honorably. I think most Republicans are honorable. This is what's, for me, so upsetting as a citizen. As a Democrat, it's great, but as a citizen, the Republican Party in the last election cycle nominated a Mormon, a part of a religious group that had been discriminated against viciously in our history. I was really proud of your party for doing that, right? And now they seem to turn away 43% of all Republicans, not just the kook fringe. 43% of all Republicans in our CNN poll doubt that the president is either a Christian or a citizen of the United States. That's heartbreaking.
Let's turn to the Democrats for a second. Amanda, I'm guessing you don't buy Hillary Clinton when she casts herself as an outsider.
Well, I don't buy it, but two, I just find it contradictory to what she is running on. She should be running on her record. She says often, I'm one of the most vetted people in American politics. You know me. And then to turn around and say I'm an outsider just doesn't make logical sense. Maybe it's because she's a woman. The Democrats aren't used to having women in power. I mean, Republicans have had several women running. We had Sarah Palin as VP, Michelle Bachmann, now Carly Fiorina. Maybe that's why.
Paul, let me ask you a question. When I had Carly Fiorina on the show a few months ago, I think, and I asked her about an abortion bill in Wisconsin, she pushed back and she said, you know, why aren't you asking me about Hillary Clinton's position on abortion? She has the extreme position on abortion. You heard Joe Biden just there talking about he believes life begins at conception. He just doesn't want to impose his views on others. He thinks that the party should be more welcoming of people who are anti-abortion. And Hillary Clinton was asked yesterday by John Dickerson, do you support any regulations or restrictions on abortion? She basically said no. Does that open her up to any sort of criticism?
Within the Democratic Party, frankly, no, because there are lots of pro-life Democrats. I worked for one, Bob Casey, the governor of Pennsylvania. His
That's
son,
how you made your bones.
That is the first campaign I ever won, not the first I ever worked on. Governor Casey won that race, not me. But and his son, Bob Casey Jr., who Hillary has campaigned for and with and helped and supported. So there is a difference of opinion.
But what about in the general election?
But there's not. You know, there's not a lot of fluidity, frankly, on the abortion issue. That is to say, most people believe, as my old boss Bill Clinton used to say, it should be safe, legal, and rare. And if you want to reduce the number of abortions, this is science. Empower women and girls more. Give them better income, better educational opportunities, and the abortion rate drops.
But
laws don't change it. Economic prospects do.
The Democratic Party has gone way extreme on this issue. There used to be a consensus where abortion should be safe, legal, and rare, but now it just seems on demand everywhere, no questions asked. The Democratic Party has gone so far less into an extreme version of this issue. You have Hillary Clinton, you know, people can't say there should be any restrictions on abortion. And so that's why, you know, we're at the place in politics where we are now, where it may go to a shutdown very soon because there are no longer pro-life Democrats in the United States Congress.
All right, Amanda, Paul, thank you so much. Thanks for coming in. I really appreciate it.